Hello everyone, welcome to Fi Moon Rising. This is your Leo June 2025 Tarot and Energy Sigil. So I've drawn a sigil here for you. I did pull some cards to direct the sigil, and it looks like you have the High Priestess, the Sun, the Hermit, and the King of Wands. I would say the Sun as your ruler is your card and you showing up, but I kind of feel like the energy is suggesting that the King of Wands is actually more for you in this reading. I think this is a time where you definitely want to be active, and you are going to be active in this next month. You are going to have a lot of energy in this next month. I do feel like there's equal parts of I want to be active, but then, oh, no, I want to pull into my shell and love me. Just love me and pet my head and make me feel wonderful. But then, oh, no, don't touch me. Too much petting. It's almost like a cat, petting induced aggression a little bit in this month. I feel like there's equal parts wanting to put yourself out there and equal parts wanting to pull back. And it's like this balance in between. So High Priestess, of course, and the Hermit also denote that it is time for you to be receptive to knowledge. And that's what I'm drawing out for your sigil is I am receptive to knowledge. So I have removed all the vowels and accepted the consonants. And then now I am drawing the sigil out for you in order to draw. And I've also pulled some tarot cards, which you will be seeing very shortly. So when I start drawing, then it will cut away and you'll be able to see the cards that I have pulled, and we will go directly into the tarot for you. But first I want to talk about the astrology of June as part of your energy reading. Okay, now I'm not an astrologer, but so this is kind of like my ridiculous take on everything. But June 2025 for Leo is steady progress towards your goals. So there's lots of energy to get going, get moving. However, you're taking things one step at a time, and that is because of a Saturn trine. All right, early in the month, you're around the 4th, 5th, around that time, good fortune, as Jupiter is definitely in play right now. So expect lucky things in the first couple weeks of June. So that's very exciting. And also, we talked about that energy of which coincided with the sigil of needing for affection, but then almost saying, no, too much affection, no. And so there is going to be this increased need for affection, for people to pay attention to you, for people to love on you, that type of thing, which, is very Leo. You're so cute and loving, and you have such a big heart anyway, so why not? So you might end up meeting people that are very interested in, putting you at the center of their attention. Okay, so as far as health goes, it's very important that you maintain a balance this month. I feel like your lifestyle has to be in perfect balance. So that means pay attention to your sleep schedule and pay attention to what you're eating. If you're eating something and then you find your stomach is upset, just cut that out. Don't eat that. Eat very small amounts of that type of thing. But pay very, very much attention to your cycles as well. And that could be hormonal cycles. That could also be your circadian rhythms, things like that. If you are an early riser, then you have to be an early riser. If you stay up late, then, try and balance that out with the rest of the world, that type of thing. Also, Venus square Pluto mid-month. It's going to be some tensions in relationships, and if you're searching for some fun on the side, you might be very attractive and attracting someone in which you can have a lovely, passionate relationship with. Also, if you are with somebody, the tension might be as a result of you like pushing and pulling your energy, and like they may not have the energy to give you all that energy that you need, all that, romance, but it is a good time that romance and creativity can bloom inside the relationship. But I also, and you'll see the tarot cards, look at them right there. Now I'm back to drawing the sigil here. So you will also, at two sides of this coin, it's very a back and forth month for you. So two sides of the coins. So you might be very pulling into yourself, but then you might have a lot of empathy. So I feel like those times when you need that alone time, when you need that space, when you just want to seclude for a moment, it's to gain a sense of empathy, understanding, and that type of thing. And so that's where you're going into your hermit mode, and then you're going to come out and be your very romantic, passionate, creative, go-getter type self, after that. So okay, you do have Mercury trine Saturn, and that is going to free up your thinking. So if there's a problem that you need to solve, expect mid-month-ish to end month there, you'll be able to solve that problem very quickly. You're also going to be able to see the big picture and how all the puzzle pieces fit together in your life so that you can make better decisions. Okay, there's going to be Mercury opposing Pluto. I believe that's end of month. And it might make you very competitive, because kind of once you figure it out, you're like, oh my gosh, I know, let me go. You're raring to go. You continue on, okay? So that's your kind of weird astrology situation. You know, weird because I read it. All right, let's move into the tarot. So you're starting with Eight of Pentacles here, and this Eight of Pentacles is that lovely energy of starting over after learning a few things. I feel like that's going to be kind of a theme for you, is that, you know the answers, but you don't know all the answers because you have certain experiences that maybe others don't have. That doesn't mean that you know everything about everything. How could we know everything about everything? You are learning as you go. And so I think you're starting from a place of like, okay, well, I don't know that answer, but I have a good base, so I'm going to go on a hunch, but I'm going to research. And so that's where you're headed, is definitely finding out new avenues. Also, that can create more opportunities as well, because the more you find out about something, the easier it is for you to kind of draw on that and kind of see your opportunities as they want to come in. King of Wands. Okay, so we've had the King of Wands twice, and this happens. So with the sigil, I did pull this King of Wands, and then when I pulled the tarot out, I swear I shuffle. It's just the universe way of telling me that, hey, you know what? I'm really telling you that I want you to see the King of Wands. I do feel like this is you showing up very passionately, very creativity. It's creatively, sorry. It's go-getter energy. It is that energy of seeing that bigger picture, acting on that bigger picture, but also with empathy, and because this is a passionate king, right? And compassion, passionate, creativity, all of those are in the same vein. And so that's kind of what's going to help you along your path, is just seeing the creative way to do things as a result of watching others around you and kind of understanding them and how they fit into your life, how you fit into their life, that type of thing. So there is some focus on that. In your past, we did have that Hanged Man, right? Not really sure what to do, kind of at a loss. Oh my gosh, what's happening? Could be a result of things changing around you, things changing in your life, people-wise, job-wise, relationship-wise, just world-wise. We're going through a lot of changes right now. So kind of like, I don't know what to do, so I'm just going to hang out for a moment till I figure out the answer. Well, I think in June is going to have that clarity we talked about, kind of mid-in month. Going to be definitely a clearer time for you in which you can definitely put those pieces together. All right, in your subconscious, you do have this Ace of Wands, and I feel like that is more creative, passionate, romantic, lovely energy. So, and we did talk about, like a saucy affair and stuff like that. That is on the plate if you so choose. If not, then with your current partner, it might be very saucy, or you're just starting a really wonderful creative project that you're just so inspired to do. And I love that energy for you, Leo, because you are so passionate. You can really put your heart and all your energy into everything that you do, which is amazing. And so that's kind of where you want to be. Okay, you have the Three of Cups here in your conscious reality, and it just means people of like mind coming together with you. You could be meeting up with long lost friends. You could be meeting up with, new people, new tribe, that kind of thing, and people celebrating you, kind of. And we talked about push and pull of your energy, like I need to be pet, but I don't want to be pet, like a cat. Petting induced aggression. Look that up. That's really funny. Okay. So there could be people coming into your life that are willing to kind of celebrate you and see the good that you would like to give, your empathetic nature, your creativity, your passion, your heart, that kind of thing. So you will find those people on your path that are excited to see you, but it is going to be up to you. You're budgeting your time, and we talked about that balance, that balance of your life. Like maybe they're using a lot of your energy, and so you're like, you know what, I can donate maybe 3 hours, but then I've got to take a nap, or I've got to do my walk, I've got to exercise, I've got to do those important things to make me feel good and make sure you're eating a balanced diet, that type of thing. Okay, in your future, you do have this Lover's card, and the Lover's card is making a choice in the right direction, but also a card of Gemini, so it's almost that duality. And so I feel like some of the information, and your sigil did say, I am receptive to knowledge, right? New knowledge coming in. So that Gemini energy is very much seeing everything from different angles, It's that dual sign. I feel like that's kind of the energy that you're going to be embodying in the future, is seeing the bigger picture, seeing things from multiple angles. And that's really going to benefit you in your career path, but also relationship wise. You know, there's something here about there could be some strife in a relationship type thing because of your, you know, your back and forth energy. But talk it out, you know, and it's just get things out in the open, and that will prevent any drama, any tension, or anything from erupting that could, you know, color your month there. Okay, but there is that energy of you embodying that energy of a Gemini, or, you know, a dual sign, where you can definitely view things from multiple points of view. We do have this Two of Pentacles. This has been your approach. It's like separation. I feel like in your life you are separating, this is my relationship, this is my work, and you're compartmentalizing, this is my spirituality, this is my food. Like, you could be separating everything out into little bitty boxes all in your life. And that's been your approach. Well, the universe wants you to know that that is, you know, an approach. It really is. However, it can be very exhausting. So how do we marry those together? There might be some sort of common vein, you know, that marries things together. And so you can do 2 things at once, 3 things at once, kind of incorporate things. So, okay, so you're at work, or, you know, but you make sure you text your partner or something. Hey, just thinking about you. Okay, I'm real busy, you know, like that kind of thing. Keeping stuff going, but also, you know, working, that type of thing. So there's something here about maybe the balance, the strict lines need to be blurred a bit, just so it's easier for you. And again, that's a balance. That's what we're looking for in this energy in June. So we do have the environment of a 4 of Cups. And so you are looking towards the future. Now you need to incorporate, per your astrology, future thought with your people in your life that you love. Okay, so if you have a family, if you have a partner, or if you have a cat, you have a dog, whatever, it doesn't matter. But your future situation should definitely be discussed with your loved ones, and also plans made together. And that could actually help incorporate those things in your life, you know, so there's not so much a line, a division, stuff, you know, kind of keeping everything separate. That would allow a common goal, a common vision in your life. Now, you know, talking to your cat, you're really not going to get a lot of feedback except for maybe a meow or a bite or something like that. But in any event, it's kind of like figuring things out and incorporating and creating this kind of harmony in your life to move forward. Okay. Now we come to the world. So your advice is step through this new world. After you receive this knowledge of how everything is fitting together, you're going to just have this bird's eye view where you get to see everything from above and figure it all out. It's like, oh, I didn't know that. It's a great realization. Well, once you get to that point, you're going to now get the pass, the ticket to the train to the new world, to your next steps, to where you're headed, to your bright future, to a future that is more creative, that is with people that want to celebrate you and your time, that are appreciative of your time and energy. And then your world card is also, I mean, it can be uncomfortable because it's change, right? And, you know, you as a very passionate sign, you probably want to like burn right on through it, but we can't. We kind of have to take our time, steady little wins, steady steps create steady little wins heading into our future. And that's what you need to focus on as you head into your new world, okay? And so that's going to be the hard part of entering into this next phase, this next level, this leveling up, this more exciting, more passionate, more creative time in your existence, is that the balance not only, but it's also learning as you go and then taking steps accordingly. But I feel like the outlook is very bright for you come end of the month, okay? So we do have the Emperor as your ending card. So that is someone who is very good at managing everything around him or her. managing also with empathy. So empathy is a big deal for you for this next month. And that just enables you to see all sides of everything and embody that Gemini energy of seeing all sides. Okay, so you come to the Emperor, and the Emperor is someone who rules with empathy, who knows what people need, knows what people want, and most importantly, how you want to be moving in the next phase of your life. It is seeing how everything fits together, how you fit, most importantly, and your goals. You know, your goals for even into the next month. So into July, August, you could be actually moving out into December. So I think you're feeling like, okay, this is the year for this. And then you might be saying, okay, for 2026, what am I going to do? So there's some energy here of you planning energy. And this Emperor is just someone who embodies grand life goals and knows how to move towards those goals step by step with little wins, as well as incorporate the sentiments of everybody around them. Who are you taking with you, and why, and what do you want for your future? So the Emperor has the grand master plan, and can move within a very exciting system, okay, into the future. So it looks very bright. You have a bright outlook. There is just going to be that extra knowledge coming in, and then just, talk things out in your relationships. But everything should be pretty smooth sailing for Leo, except for just like that back and forth energy. But other than that, I think that's totally doable. And you're going to be actually having some good fortune and receiving the affection that you need. Okay, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this reading, please like, share, and subscribe. And then you can see your sigil being completed at this time for Leo. So have a good month, and I'll see you next month.